So before going to the concept of storing the values in the memory banks of the processor, let's try to understand the endian concept. Every processor is capable of storing 16 bits or 32 bits of memory. 16 bit means 2 bytes. As we know, 8 bits is 1 byte, 16 bit means 2 bytes. Each byte of data is assigned with separate addresses by the processor. For example, if you take any 16-bit data, first byte is stored in the memory address. For example, 0x20000700 means the next byte will be stored in the following memory address, that is 0x20000701. So in this manner, the 16 bits of data is stored in the memory of the ARM Cortex-M. So for storing these 16 bits, there are two major types of endian concepts. First one is the big endian, where the most significant byte is stored at the lower address. And there is second variant called little endian, in which the most significant byte is stored at higher address. For example, let's take a byte 0x045D, which needs to be stored in the memory of the ARM Cortex-M processor. Here you can split the 16 bits of data into two parts. One is the 04, which is the MSB leftmost byte, and second one is the 5D, which is the LSB, which is the least significant byte of the data, which is located at rightmost byte. So 04 is the MSB and 5D is the LSB. So this big endian and little endian is differentiated based on the location of the MSB data. For example, let's take the same byte 0x045D, where 04 is the MSB and 5D is the LSB, and if you take the big endian concept with the same address 0x20000700 and 0x20000701. So these two are the consequent memory addresses at which you just want to store this 16 bits of data. So the data is 045D. So 04 is MSB and 5D is LSB. So in big endian, as I said, the MSB is stored in the lower address. So lower address among these two addresses are 0x20000700. So in this address, the MSB is stored, and in the other address, that is in the higher address, the LSB is stored. But if you take the little endian concept, the MSB is stored in the higher address. So the 04 here will be stored in the 0x20000701 and 5D will be stored in the 0x20000700. So these two are the major differentiated endian concepts using which many processors are storing the data in their memory. So the processors based on Freescale and NXP uses the big endian concept, but our TIVA series microcontroller uses the little endian concept.